Hi guys, welcome back to At Home with Holly. My name's Holly and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. So my initial plan when I woke up today was that I was going to spray my fruit trees with my third application. You have to do three, you it's suggested to do three, at least two applications of the dormant oil spray. And it rained all this morning, but it's like 55 degrees. So I think I'm gonna wait to spray. You're supposed to do your last one the last week of February, first week of March. It's the last week of February right now. So I feel like I'll wait a couple days on that. So I had some stuff that needed to be used up in the fridge. So I'm going to make a little snack with some breakfast sausage and cream cheese. And I have on New Year's, I bought a couple cans of this crescent dough sheets, and I didn't end up making the appetizers that I was going to. And we don't usually eat crescent rolls a lot. So I thought, well, I'll just make like a little snack appetizer for Olivia and I to have today. And so I've got some breakfast sausage and some cream cheese. And some of these we're going to make the pinwheels, the sausage pinwheels. Those are going to be yummy. And then we'll take a look at our seedlings, see what's going on down there, and take a look at our potatoes, see what's going on down there. So we've got some downstairs work to do. I'm going to make the pinwheel log, and then let's sit in the fridge for an hour while we do some seed room activities, and then we'll come back up and bake up our pinwheels. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so I'm basing this loosely off a memory, but a memory of doing this once before. So I grabbed the ingredients from the fridge. I had like a half used or third of the way used roll of the cream cheese and then one full one. I've given the onions down in the onion seedlings a trim, and so I thought we'd add some basically green onions. I'll chop them up and add those to it. And then I cooked up a pound and a half of, well, 2 pounds, but some of it got snacked on, of breakfast sausage yesterday. And so I'm going to use about probably half, well, we'll see, but I probably think I'll use about half of this in our mixture as well. So I pulled all these things out of the fridge and have our roll. So I'm going to grab some parchment paper and we'll get started making these pinwheels. So I've only made these one other time and it was a long time ago. So we'll see if I remember how to do this. Okay. So this is the one that, is this the sheets? Yeah, this one was supposed to be one big sheet, but looks like there's perforations. We'll see. Oh no, it's one sheet. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of pinch this back together where I opened it up. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna take the cream cheese and I'm gonna warm it up in the microwave for about 10-20 seconds just so it's more spreadable. This was my first time getting this cream cheese. I got it from Azure Standard in my last order. And it wasn't my favorite cream cheese. It was good and it'll do for this, but texture-wise, it's just a different style of cream cheese and it definitely was not my favorite. But it's not horrible and I'll still use it up. But I think I like the Nancy's Organic brand or some of the other ones a little better than this one. But should do for this recipe just fine. All right. We'll see if that's a good amount to start with. I'm going to pop this in the microwave. Okay. That looks a lot more spreadable. So we're going to take this. These smell so good. I love the smell of onions, green onions, red onions, white onions. I just like the smell of onions. All right, so that's a little extra added flavor in there. I'm just going to roll this up and put it inside the fridge for an hour, or fridge or freezer or something. I think I'll just put it in the fridge just to make sure it's cold enough where I can cut it and it stays kind of like in a log shape. All right, into the fridge this goes. I'm going to go ahead and bag up the rest of this sausage. I just cooked it and then let it drain on this paper towel and put it in the fridge to cool. But I don't know when I'm going to use this again, so I'll put it in the fridge for a day or so, and then if I don't figure out what to do with it, I'll probably end up putting it in the freezer. So the next time I want a quiche or something like that, I have some pre-cooked sausage crumbles. I forgot I needed to top off the chicken's water, so I grabbed some black soldier fly and a pitcher of water, and we're going to top off their feeders and waters. Well, they're waters, really. The feeders should be okay. It is a muddy mess out here. Oh, watch out! 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 My good girls. Watch out. There we go. Who's excited? So every day I bring out a pitcher of water and I top off their waters, double check to make sure their automatic feeders look good, and bring out some black soldier fly larvae just so they get a little extra protein. And if I have any veggie scraps or kitchen scraps or whatever, then I will bring those out at this time too. And I just take the time to kind of look over the girls, make sure everyone's looking good. Sometimes I pick up a few of them and give them a little snuggle. And we did place an order for 3 new chicks that are going to come. We are as large as I would like our flock to be is 10 for this space, because that means every bird has at least 10 square feet. But we decided to replace the 3 least friendly ones. They may not necessarily be the oldest, but they're the least friendly. And that way, because we don't just do these chicken things for the eggs, we do it for the enjoyment. And so I wanted to make sure we have a very friendly, peaceful flock. And so we are getting 3 new ones to replace those 2 and that one, because they're the least friendly. And these other ones all let us hold them, and they're just a little more gentle. So anyway, let's top off our water and check on their feed, and then we'll go from there. I feed them the pellets, but last time I was at the feed store, I accidentally picked up a bag of crumbles. So we're using up all the crumbles. I've got more pellets to refill with. But whenever I get new chickens, they're eating the crumbles whenever we mix the flock. So my girls don't really mind eating the crumbles or the pellets. I haven't had a problem with them being picky about it. So all right, girls. See you later. Have a great morning. Were you pecking at my legs? Were you pecking at my legs? Hi. You were pecking at my legs. I see ya. I see ya. All right, let's go look for eggs. Looks like there's an egg that got kicked into the coop. Hi, girls. All right, we'll grab that one. Back inside we go. Definitely mud season. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got going on. So all of our sweet peppers are in this tray. Doing great. We've got our spicy peppers. We've got our cabbages and celery. I don't know if you can see, there's the tiniest little celery sprout in there. We've got our stevia and our rosemary. Down here we have all of our snapdragons. They're teeny tiny little sprouts. Down here we have our onions and our sweet potato slips that are growing their roots. And then down here we have our rudbeckia and violas. And then we have more onions and violas germinating in there. And then up here, this is the tray we're going to take a look at today. We're going to check for any new sprouts on this tray. This has a whole lot of rudbeckia, some artichokes, and some celery. Let's get it down where we can take a look at it. So I bottom water, which is why there's a tray here filled with some water, because yesterday I bottom watered these trays, and to bottom water them, you just, because of these bootstrap farmer trays, you can just take out the whole insert and put them in the tray. And so yesterday was bottom watering day for the peppers and stuff. Okay, we do have a few more sprouts. So we have our rudbeckia cherry brandy. That one sprouted. I'm going to put it in there so it can get a good bottom water drink. Let's see. We've got, let me put on my reading glasses so I can see. Sometimes the sprouts are so little that it can be hard, especially the celery. That one is always the hardest. Okay, looks like our artichokes came through, but they're a little stuck in their seed cap. So I'm going to very gently get that off. Sometimes if you're too aggressive, you can end up ripping the little head off the seed, but that one went pretty well. So that's our first artichoke. And it looks like 2 of them are germinating in there. And then we've got this one coming through. Same thing. I think he's stuck in his seed cap. So we'll just help him. Okay, that one I may have ripped a little bit, so we'll see if he comes back. Okay, so we'll stick these guys in water to get a bottom water. Then I'll take a look to see if anything else. That is a stick. I'm going to give a little mist. Now these, I don't think we're going to see any more germination on the onions. Oh, we got 2 little ones coming. All right, we did get 2 little ones popping up, but I don't think we're going to get much more on the onions. And these violas, this was a pack that did not germinate last year. And I had a few left and I thought I'd give it a try. But yeah, I'm just not loving this company's seeds germination. So I'm not a huge Baker Creek seed fan. So that's a bummer. But I will just let these, it doesn't hurt anything to leave them in here. If they do germinate, cool. If they don't, after another week or so, then I will just toss it out and keep it moving. But right now I don't have anything that's needing the heat mat. We are going to start tomatoes next week, but I don't have anything that needs the heat mat today. What I am going to do is take a look at these potatoes. So normally when I chit my CH, when I chit with a CH my potatoes, the goal is to get them to sprout. So you leave them in a dark place and they form these little sprouts. There are lots of ways to do this. I'll link a video at the end of us doing it together last year. And you can do this with any kind of store-bought potato as long as it's organic, because the non-organic potatoes are sprayed with growth inhibitors because they don't want potatoes in the store to grow sprouts, because people don't like that. But so these I bought from Azure Standard a couple weeks ago, and I left them down here in a dark corner, and they have sprouted. So I don't even have to do the work here. So I am going to spread them out so that they don't rot or get, bad or anything like that. So this is more sprouts than we need. So when it comes time to getting ready to plant, we will probably cut them the size of a seed potato to plant in the ground. You just want one the size of an egg, basically. So these will definitely be cut. You don't have to cut them. But you can, and it doesn't. There's been lots of people online that have talked about yield and stuff like that, and yeah. So, but the farmers that grow them say that as long as they're, the size of a large egg, that's all you need. And that's why seed potatoes are usually a little smaller when you get them from the seed potato. The only reason you need to get seed potatoes is because they are certified to not have diseases. But I feel pretty good about these. Some of them have more sprouts than others, but we'll just spread these out over these two trays so they can get lots of good airflow. And you don't want the sprouts to be super long because then they tend to break and they're more delicate. But like I could plant these right now and they would be great, but we still have about 4 weeks. I usually plant my potatoes the first week of April, which is about 3.5 weeks before my average last frost date, because I'm going to bury them deep, and if they're under the ground they can take a little frost. It's when their plants are above, their shoots are coming up above the ground, that you have to be a little more worried about a frost killing back the plant. So we're going to get these. So how many pounds are in these? So these are 5 pounds. So this is 10 pounds of these russets. These are organic russets, like I said, from Azure Standard. And I was happy. I bought these for eating, but I was really happy with the size of them. So I thought, well, let's just try to plant them and let's see what we got. I did order some Elba, which are like the improved version of Kennebec. I did order them from Wood Prairie Farms, which is a great place to get seed potatoes. They have tons of varieties, and I was really happy with their customer service and pricing and selection. I did order some Elba, so those will be coming in the mail this week. We went through a cold snap, so they didn't ship out last week, but I was hoping to get them last week so that we could put them down here and get them chitting as well, so they could all be about the same level of sproutiness when it's time to plant them outside. But these guys were just overachievers, so they went a little early. These can be in here closer than this. You just don't want them touching, but they can be, as long as there's like a 1/2 inch between them, they're fine. So Anyway, we'll get these. When I am trying to force the sprouts, I usually put like a damp towel over the top of them. So it's like a really humid atmosphere to get them to grow the sprouts. But I think I'm just going to set these off to the side in this tray and just kind of let the air circulate around them. I'll probably put them on a shelf over there. Yeah, these are looking great. Look at these little sprouts. I'm super happy with them. They're going to be delicious. We're going to grow these in ground this year. I usually grow them in pots, but it's so much harder to keep the moisture level correct and consistent with the grow bags. So I'm going to try and grow these and sweet potatoes in the ground this year, see how I like it, and we'll go from there. So these guys have been drinking for about 5 minutes or so. So I'm going to get these over on the shelf and then we'll put these guys away. As soon as we're done with these, we will do our pinwheels. And I'm kind of hungry, so this is the perfect time for a snack. I think what I'm actually going to do is take these mesh bottom trays and just put them upside down and cover them so that they're like a little darker, but they have really good airflow. All right, so these are sitting over here and they will be over here for the next few weeks. I'll keep checking on them and we'll go from there. Now we're going to put these in their new homes. First, the Rudbeckia. I'm glad that we finally got a cherry brandy. Luckily, my favorite is the Sahara, and we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Rudbeckia Sahara so far. And last year we had 1. So this was good. We have tons of the King Henry violas. They're little as well. All of these are so little. We've had tons of these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. So that's exciting. And here we have where our artichokes are going to go. So we have 2 so far and 1 on the way of the imperial artichokes. Then we have our Utah celery. I don't even know if you guys can see it. There's the tiniest little sprout down there. It's so tiny. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little sprouts in there. So that's going to be good. Anyway, I'm excited. Most of the things we planted had great germination, or at least good enough germination. So we are good to go. Let's go make some pinwheels. I'm hungry. All right, I've got my oven set to 375. Kind of want to keep it wrapped while I cut it. We'll try it like that. See what happens. Look how cute they are. Might need a second baking sheet. Or maybe I should just grab a bigger baking sheet. I think I'm going to grab a bigger baking sheet. These look great. As soon as the oven finishes warming up to 375, we'll pop these in for, I think, 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going off memory here. I'll check them at 10. Looking good. All right, we're going to let these cool for 2 or 3 minutes, and then we're going to bite into one. I know that I should wait more minutes, but these smell so good. So I want to try one. Okay, let me grab which one. They all look so good. Okay, I'm going to try this one. This is the top. This is the bottom. Very hot. Very hot. Let me grab a fork. Oh, yes. Yep, yep. Steam coming off. That is so good. You definitely can pick this up and eat it with your hand when it's not burning hot. Wow. I don't know. I was just really craving breakfast sausage. And so I made it yesterday. And then this popped in my head like, oh, I could use up the crescent rolls. That's a cute little appetizer. Definitely recommend 10 out of 10. I probably used a little more cream cheese than necessary and I added the onion tops. But other than that, it's pretty much just cream cheese, breakfast sausage, and a sheet of crescent rolls. So pretty simple and delicious. Mm-hmm. That's a winner. Okay, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Well, we checked up on our seedlings, moved some potatoes around, used up some of the stuff we had left over in the fridge. I want to thank you guys so much for the likes and the comments and the shares. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. We have a whole lot more growing and cooking and preserving and gardening and chickens and building and fun stuff to do. So thank you so much, my friend. I can't wait to see you guys next time. Bye, my friend.